Merry Sunday, one and all, and just one more sleep until England's first game in the World Cup. Or if you're like me, it's probably a sort of a kip on the sofa, a little crafty siesta, and then a proper sleep. So probably three more sleeps until England play in the first game. Hopefully, you've already gone and watched our England preview over on the main channel. If you haven't done so already, please go and do that now. Today we've got something a little bit different. We asked for some silly, sort of off the wall questions. I've got to be honest with you. David Moyes is quite dominant in terms of West Ham video and podcasts and everything at the moment. It is the elephant in the room. It's hard to avoid it. So I do want to make sure almost not every video is about David Moyes getting a sack. So with that in mind, we've asked you for some silly questions. I bet one or two of them probably got to do with David Moyes getting a sack, but I don't know what they are now. Geo's got them in front of him. And Geo, that's not the only thing you've got in front of you.
No, I have got socks. It's socks day. Today is day 11 of our 12 days of Christmas offers, and it's all about socks. I know you might be thinking, what socks? Well, you've never seen them before. They're brand new. Every pair of socks comes with its own little Hammers chat box, but we've got two different pairs. Now, these are going to be priced at £7.50 per pair on the website, but for 24 hours only, starting about 2 minutes ago when Gonzo first started speaking to you, you can get both pairs for £10. Head over to the website, links in the description below. But here's the first pair. Look at them.
That's sexy. That's sexy socks.
And other just as sexy socks, Gonzo's favourite ones.
They are even more sexy. I've got to say,
it might just 50-50 choice.
It might be my profile picture on social media. Hey, might be my profile picture on dating apps. That's what how sexy that sock is.
Well, there you go. If you fancy grabbing yourself some West Ham socks, you can get both pairs for £10, 24 hours only. Link in description. Add both pairs to your basket and discount will automatically be applied. Anyway, Gonzo, someone has asked a question in relation to David Moyes, which will give you fantastic clickbait for the title.
Oh, I love it. Somebody did say the other day,
yeah,
I put Alex Crowell in scathing attack on, I went full Sunday Sport, went full tabloid. Alex Crowell in scathing attack on David Moyes. And somebody wrote, I said, I wouldn't call it a scathing attack. And I just thought about it. I thought, it probably doesn't have quite the same clickbait punch if I put Alex Crowell speaks reasonably about West Ham manager. Probably no one's clicking on it, are they? So well, tell me the clickbait I've got.
Well, it depends on your answer. But John Longley says, if you could get any manager, but only until the end of the season, who would it be and why?
Oh,
I've got my answer sorted. As soon as I saw that, there was one name that comes to head.
Have you? Yeah, okay. I'm not even thinking of the true answer. I'm thinking of
You've got either A, safe and you get in a firefighter, or two, you just go someone mental and it's just going to be wild between now and the end of the season. It might work. You might get relegated, but if you do get relegated, you're going down in one hell of a blaze of glory.
Well, I don't know about blaze of glory because I'm thinking Jose Mourinho. This was the first one because.
So you're doing neither things. You're just getting relegated with boring football.
No. I'm staying safe with boring football, Geo. How dare you? No, look. Now there's a man. I said David Moyes is a defensive manager who's forgotten how to build a defence, basically, which is pretty crap. You might all remember Sam Allardyce when he came into West Ham. We were shipping goals, and he turned around. I don't think he meant. I was going to say, but he said a Sam Allardyce team never concedes 3 goals. I don't think he mentioned himself in the third person. That's one bad character trait he didn't have. But he certainly said, my teams never concede 3 goals. And, well, you can go and look at Sam Allardyce's record at West Ham if you want. But anyway, so if you paint yourself as a certain thing, David Moyes has a reputation of being a defensive manager. I'm thinking Jose Mourinho. But then again, you could go the other way. Harry Redknapp would keep us up. Harry would keep us up. I've got to say, I've got no doubt about that.
Paqueta would enjoy Harry.
Sorry?
Paqueta would enjoy Redknapp coming in.
Oh, he'd love it. He'd absolutely love it. And so would Ben Rama. Honestly, he'd have them feeling 10 foot tall. Harry would have his arms round them and be telling them they're brilliant. Honestly, he'd tell both of them they were better than Pele and all the stages. There'd be a lot of smoke being blown up people's asses. Let's be fair. He really would. He'd be telling Dawson that he reminds him of Bobby Moore, and it'd all be happening. Do you know what? Bring back Harry,
Oh,
quite
no.
frankly. I've convinced myself.
My two. My first one was Sean Dyche because he would keep us up. My second one was Bielsa. I think it would be fun. I think we'd try and win games 4-3 every weekend. I think it would just be a wonderful thing to watch. We might still go down, but like I said, if we do go down, we're going down scoring goals, plural. It will be entertaining. So that would be my two names to throw out there for you. We've got
I'll be worried
NA.
about his knees, though, Gio. Bielsa.
What with all his squatting?
Oh, he squats down all the time, and I'd just worry about him with a big distance between the edge of the pitch and the dugout. You know what I mean? That'd be a long old squat, be like a snail trail behind him by the time he got to the edge.
He'd gone really well with Fabianski though because of his latest role. Bielsa was tasked with studying Poland's World Cup campaign, and he went to the Polish team's camp the other day and gave a presentation which lasted ages. I think he had detailed summaries on like 65 players and stuff like that. They hired Bielsa to give them like a World Cup game plan going into
All
the
right.
tournament and stuff. So Fabianski will get on well with him.
He's one of our form players in our player ratings, Gio.
We've got NA who says if you have to buy a player, loan a player, and sell a player, whom are you picking?
Oh, okay. Right. So what do we? Okay, I'm loaning. I'm loaning Trent Alexander-Arnold because they all think he's crap. And to be fair, he probably is crap at defending. But you know what? We can't defend anyway, so just let the goals go in. I'll tell you what, it'll help us score a few. So I'm going to loan Trent Alexander-Arnold. What else do we need? What else do we need? I'm going to buy Amadou Onana because I just, you know what? I just think it'll probably relegate Everton. David Moyes gets his dream midfield anyway, and quite frankly, I think he's a very, very good player as well. By the way, so and it gets Thomas Suchek out the team, which probably that's not even. Do you know what? It's easy to say sell Thomas Suchek. Who can we sell? Who can we sell? Do you know, I'd be
Ben
very West Ham.
Johnson.
Sorry, no, we sell Declan Rice.
Oh,
Because at the same, basically, it'd be very West Ham, wouldn't it?
Newcastle.
We sell Declan Rice to Newcastle, because they deserve him.
Well, Adrian, with a bit more of a serious question. Well, actually, it's not. It's not a serious question. He says, with Ash being so far most likely leaving and Johnson injury prone, if you could sign any right back, regardless of price, who would it be? Let's keep it realistic, though. You've got an unlimited budget, but you can only get who wants to come to West Ham. There's the player that I've been wanting is a right wing back, which is Isaiah Jones at Borough. However, since Michael Carrick's gone to Borough, he switched up the formation. They've gone to like a 4-2-3-1 now, and he's playing right wing, so he's been moved further forward. So I think the right back I would go for is Spence, a former Borough player who's just joined Tottenham. He's had about 3 minutes of Premier League football since going. Obviously, Doherty and Emerson Royale are ahead of the pecking order. Is it unrealistic? Possibly, but at the same time, he's not playing. He deserves to be playing. He's good enough to be playing football. I've got a feeling. Are you always say Wan-Bissaka?
Well, I would take him because I think it's realistic. But I think if
10
you're
million.
looking,
The
sorry,
price tag's 10 million apparently.
well, yeah, well, obviously I discussed that in yesterday's video, Gio, which I haven't recorded yet because we're 2 days. It's like the space time continuum here.
I was
Gio
going to say
understands.
this is Friday we're recording. I was thinking, well, you didn't. I watched it.
Basically, that's going to be Saturday's video. It's now Friday. When this gets released, it's Sunday. It's almost like quantum physics, isn't it, really? We need Stephen Hawking. Well, you can't.
Well,
But,
do you know something? I tuned into your video yesterday. That was a tremendous shout getting Wan-Bissaka of 10 million.
well, you
Thoroughly
know,
agree.
Gia, I'd like to be at the cutting edge of this stuff. Now, I'll tell you what, though. You've already mentioned one there, but the thing I was thinking Wan-Bissaka, and he said about wing back, and Moyes does like to play wing backs. That being said, Moyes isn't manager anymore. Jose Mourinho. Oh no, Harry. Who knows? Someone's manager. I'll try and get if we're being silly, which we are. So Wan-Bissaka's realistic. I think if you go completely unrealistic, you go buy Cancelo, which we can't, right? But maybe Doherty. Doherty would be a really good player for West Ham, I think.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think I quite liked him. I liked him at Wolves. I think he does okay at Tottenham. Actually, I think he's one of those players that's popular to dislike for whatever reason. Anyway, right. So we've got two questions similar here. So Ollie Luke has said, "Win a trophy but get relegated,
Oh.
or survive but you don't win anything."
Oh, who said that? Ollie? You say Ollie?
Yeah.
Nasty. Nasty Ollie. But thank you for sending the question because we wouldn't have a video otherwise.
I always think, right? I always think I'd pick the trophy in
Yeah.
relegation, but if it come to it, I think I'd bottle it and say no, 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 no. But I then flip back, and when you hear of like Wigan fans and stuff, they would never trade their experience for returning to the Premier League. So I think I'd almost be inclined to say trophy and relegation. However, the consequences for West Ham would be ridiculous because your video last week, which I did watch prior to today, about the
Which I'm
stadium and
recording
stuff
in
like
3 days' time.
that. Yeah, they're valid points. Relegation for this club would be serious, and I'd struggle to see us bouncing back immediately. So it's a very difficult question from Ollie, and also we are quite biased because obviously this is our jobs. If we
Yeah.
got relegated, would it be our jobs? Probably not. So I'm gonna have to say, just it's like the Hammers chat person, the West Ham fan in me.
Yeah.
I don't know actually.
Well, I'm gonna say survive. I've got to be honest with you for both of those reasons that you've mentioned. Because I do for all the reasons I said in next week's video, that I do believe it's catastrophic if we go down because of the stadium, because of the investment, because of everything, because of just
But at the
everything.
same time, Gonzo, I want us to win a bloody trophy.
So do I, but I think that's more. I think we're on our way to doing that. So I think at the moment we're on a cusp of clearly there's some investment going in there, right? Wherever it's come from, wherever the 180 million came from, and we've got a rich investor in there as well. Who seems to be increasing his portfolio as well, and because of his wife's portfolio, is even richer than he is. They say stuff seems to be happening there, so I think there's more money about to get pumped into West Ham anyway. I think if Moyes doesn't work out, they're ambitious enough now with the new ownership to try and get somebody else, and I don't think you'll see this cycle of. I know Pellegrini bucks the trend, but this sort of cycle of that our owners have got of Trevor Francis, Steve Bruce, and Sam Allardyce, and all of that sort of thing of getting your English managers or your British managers in. So I not there's anything wrong with that, but you've got to be ambitious when you do it. So I think if we stay in the Premier League, we keep on getting investment, I think the trophy will possibly arrive. So yeah, I think for that reason, I would very much like to stay in the Premier League because I tell you what, I think if we get that, may well be the last bit of glory we we ever see because I just think it would be. Oh, honestly, we would be everybody would be giving an extra 10-20% in that championship against West Ham. They really would.
I want to say win a trophy, but since we're getting Mourinho and Doherty in, I'll continue the Spurs theme of and I'll just bottle it and say,
Yeah, of
yeah, just
course.
stay up. I'll just say stay up because like how I feel at the minute, the success, if you like, of the Conference League is definitely not
No,
overriding the feeling of how poor we're doing in the Premier League. We're not even in the bottom three, but winning it would just be incredible. It'll be a memory that's
have you seen
up
that?
there. No, but I've probably seen that like 2 years ago or something.
Oh, all right.
It's all right. In 2 years' time, I'm trying to think what joke you might pick up in 2 years. Oh, I saw a joke the other day. It wasn't very funny. You might get it in 2 years. It was if you've got an electric car and it breaks down, don't worry, you can still ring the AA. But you've got a mini electric car and it breaks down, you've got to phone the AAA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's actually funny
Proper
enough.
dad jokes.
That is in the video in 2 years' time, actually, which I recorded 4 days ago.
RJ says if David Moyes passed on responsibility to manage West Ham to you, which formation would you use and which players would you pick to start? 4-3-3, 4-3-3, easy. You can guess the players. They pick themselves, unfortunately.
Yeah, I might do the same. Actually. I think you'd have to because otherwise you're wasting £50 million worth of player. I do always fancy that if I were a manager, And I've not ruled it out, by the way. That's all still. I'm still available for any clubs out there. I once wrote an application to. I must have told you this years and years ago. I wrote a letter for the Birmingham City job. I mean, it was years ago. It was when I was playing Football Manager, and I wrote and basically a advertisement manager, and I wrote in there and I said, oh, I like to play a 3-5-2 system, and I've done. It was a joke, basically. I've done all this, and I've signed such and such on Football Manager and all the rest of it, and I got a reply. A written reply from the City in the
from
Post.
the police. You now stay 100 meters away from
thank you for
everyone
my
connected
application.
to the club.
Yeah, so there was that. So yeah, I've not ruled it out, but I always like to think when I am a Football Manager one day, I will play 4-4-2. But I think I might bottle that as well. I'm not very courageous, really, am I?
Right, last question for you comes from Paul Chambers. Now, you've got to imagine he's created a scenario.
Oh, go on, Paul.
Moyes is here till the end of the season. Our Premier League continues as it is, but so does our Europa Conference League form. We're now in the final, but the last 3 games of the season are Leeds United at home, the Conference League final, and Leicester City away. We have to win both league games to guarantee survival. But the fact that Moyes has never won a trophy, bar the Charity Shield with Manchester United and the league title with Preston North End, this scenario presents him with his one and only realistic chance of winning a trophy. Do you trust him to prioritise getting 6 points at the expense of not winning a trophy?
No. If what we're doing, I like this pretend game, and why should he? Why should he? If what we're doing,
because he's the reason we're down the bottom of the table.
I listen. This is a game, right? You're David Moyes. This is the point. Or do we trust David Moyes? No. Why would he? Why would he? He is a millionaire. All right. He has the opportunity to win himself a trophy. He's losing his job anyway, right? What does he care? Prioritize, schmyoritize. Do you know what I mean? I'm telling you now, right?
He's a West Ham manager, and the priority as West Ham manager is to remain in the Premier League.
There's 5 goalkeepers on the bench against Leicester. He don't care. No, he's going to win the trophy, and he can turn around and say, "Well, I took them down, but at least I won a trophy, won a European trophy as well." He's already got relegation on his CV with Sunderland anyway. So no, there's no way. I cannot imagine that at all. He would be going anyway. He knows it because it's 2023. There's either be a major acquisition.
Do you know what I would do? By the way, I agree with what you're saying actually, but do you know what I would do? Sack him so he can win the trophy. Mark Noble, caretaker manager. There you go, Mark. Either keep us up or win a trophy. You might do neither, but hopefully you do both. Mark Noble only ever manages 3 West Ham games, keeps us up, wins a trophy, and then that's it. We get someone else. I'd sack him so he couldn't have that. So he couldn't have that sort of decision to make. I'd get rid of him.
Either one.
Can't have this.
Either one, right? Unless he managed to do both, either one is unpalatable. So let's say we stay up, but David Moyes very much say, look, in this game, I'm sorry. There you go. I know he's on loan, but there's Chester's and there's Forson and Mubama's playing up front. And let's say did that in the Conference League and we lost, but then we do stay up. We know this because we do Hammers chat. The comments are not saying, do you know what? Well done, David Moyes. You did really well there. People are fuming at David Moyes.
I'm almost fuming thinking about it. It's not even real. I'm getting wound up.
Absolutely. And it's not
I'm
even
really into this game.
So imagine how fuming you'll be when it's actually Sunday and this video goes live. Not even happened yet. So there's that. The other one, everyone's fuming as well, right? But he wins the Conference League, but he can't keep us up, right? So everyone's fuming at that. So actually, he's looking. It's not I can't win. It's actually you have to win all 3 games. And when he looks at it and thinks, you know what, I'm sort of buggered anyway, really, aren't I? David Moyes does what David Moyes wants, and he might be taking that bit of attitude at that point.
That's all the questions. Thank you to everybody that submitted them. And there was one more from RJ, but I'm going to keep. No, I got that one. That was the information one. Thank you to everybody who got through the questions. I had a couple, but we'll save them for next time.
Nice. Very enjoyable. Thank you very much indeed. Don't forget your socks.